Numbers are weird. Pie is odd, wouldn't you agree? No, not the food pie, the number pi, as in the Greek letter pi. Pi is simply this: the circumference of a circle divided by its diameter. Hypothetically, at least, each of these has an exact value. But when you divide one by the other, when you divide the circumference by the diameter, there is no exact value. It can be calculated indefinitely with an infinite number of decimal points without any repeating pattern of numbers. Now, the number 1/3, when expressed as a decimal, also extends to infinity, but the digits repeat forever 0.333333333. I mean, it's still kind of weird anyway, isn't it? It goes on forever and ever and ever. But pi doesn't even do that. Pi cannot, in fact, be expressed as a ratio of integers in this way. This has always seemed very weird to me, slightly mysterious. It seems to suggest some kind of open-endedness in the universe we inhabit, especially as pi plays such an important role in this universe. Not surprisingly, pi, together with a few similar numbers, is also known as a transcendental number. It's perhaps worth pointing out that although pi plays an important part in equations in cosmology, it's not a physical constant in the way that, say, the speed of light or the strength of the various attractive forces in the universe are physical constants. It doesn't actually measure anything, it doesn't describe any property of reality. It in fact describes the relationship between two aspects of a pure concept, the perfect circle. No such thing exists except in our minds. That we can conceive such things and that there is such amazing coherence to mathematical concepts is truly astonishing. Mathematics itself is transcendent in the sense that it's beyond any mere physical manifestation of it. The number three, for example, exists independently of any group of three objects that we might encounter. There is a concept of three, of threeness in an almost Platonic sense. And within that transcendent system called mathematics, pi is yet further transcendent. Mathematics exists purely as a set of logical, coherent concepts. Then, surprisingly, within this very system, we encounter irrational numbers, numbers such as pi. Equally surprisingly, these concepts somehow apply to reality. Is it any wonder that human beings have always felt that there was something mysterious, even perhaps mystical, about numbers? Now, you don't have to believe that numbers have any magical or predictive capacity for this to be true. Once again, these magical or semi or pseudo religious interpretations obscure what is truly mysterious about numbers. But it's easy to see how one could slip into magical thinking. I emphasize here, as I have done time and time again in these videos, that the universe is a wonderful and surprising place in its own right, without having to ground it in any other being or reality. I stand in awe of, but do not worship, the universe into which we've come into being.